Well, hello. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight. We did not have an episode last week. It was the week after the Malta Eurovision Song Contest. And I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling very deflated. So I needed to take some rest. Not to mention that I had an exam the other day, so I had to clock in. But we are here tonight, and we have a jam-packed show for you tonight. Eurovision Uncensored is on its 5th episode. I don't know if I call this thing a podcast, if I call it, I don't know, a series. You guys can call it what you want. This is your show. Because guess what? You can show us, you can give us your opinions on the live chat. And we already have some people here. Jude Kennedy giving us a spoiler. Jude, we will speak to you later. Alexia and Leila Taiba to you too. Yeah, we are going to be talking to you guys in the live chat if you choose to interact with us, of course. Jam-packed show it is, and we will be talking about some national finals that have already dropped the songs that we will be seeing these national finals this year. So tonight we will be talking about Sing for Greece, formerly known as Ethnikos Telikos. We'll be talking about Dora. We will be talking about Dansk Melody Grand Prix, Vidbir, and UMK. And of course, I will not be alone to talk about these national finals tonight, because I do have some special guests tonight to talk with. First up, to hit the stage, he's already been here a couple of weeks ago, and he's back tonight from the Netherlands via Germany. Good evening, Yosha.
Good evening. Hello, how are you doing?
I am doing fine, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Should I flip the phone so that you can see the whole of me? Is this better?
Now we can see you rotated, so maybe we should go back.
Oh, we will leave it this way.
Yeah, we will leave it like that. We can see you very clearly. Yosha,
very good.
It's been a few weeks since we last talked, and we now have 5 Eurovision songs. So, very quickly, from these 5 Eurovision songs so far, who is dominating your streaming playlists?
Well, I listen to them all a lot, and they are all growing on me. Even my least favorite Malta. I'm very sorry, but it's growing on me a lot. But my favorite, by tiny margin, is Viva Moldova at the moment. But Tamara Zivkovic is very close. I love her as well.
Okay,
and
so
for
Moldova,
you?
Montenegro. For me, I'm still on Albania.
Yeah.
I'm still on Albania, followed by Moldova. I didn't watch Etapa Națională. I didn't follow the Moldovan national final at all. So it was fresh for me, and I think they picked a very, very good song.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Well, before we get into these national finals, I'm going to invite anybody who's watching who has not yet subscribed to come and subscribe to my channel. If you like Eurovision, this is the place to be. Over here, as you can see, we talk about Eurovision all the time. And your opinion matters as much as mine. So come and subscribe and come and follow me on all sorts of social media where we can take the conversation further with me and my guests on these lovely Fridays. So, Yosha, we have some national finals to talk about, and we're going to kick it off with Greece. The newly named Ethnikos Telikos is now called Sing for Greece. I don't know whose corporate decision was it to call it Sing for Greece, but hey, these artists are Sing for Greece. What are your first thoughts on the 28 song lineup that Greece is going to showcase in a couple of weeks?
I think Greece is one of the countries who has a little bit of a too big national final. I'm all here for diversity, but I think if they should like keep it at 12 songs, they have by far the highest averages of how good the quality of the music is. But I'm really blown away. I think Sing for Greece is one of the best national finals this year. I think it has a big variety. It of course has like, yeah, does not even have it like a two-horse race. There are like so many songs. I think for everybody there's a very good song here who can be in this national final season top three. I think it's very diverse. It's amazing, and Greece is third with at the odds right now, so they're definitely very doing good. And yeah, they have so many good songs. I'm very happy to see Greece doing well again after like the early 2000s really were their prime, maybe the early 2010s as well, but they've just fallen off so bad, and I think they're really on a good rise after coming sixth last year, of course, with a beautiful song.
Yeah, I actually didn't listen to all the songs because I agree with you. I think there are too many. 28 songs,
Mhm.
come on now. Usually we're I think last year we had maybe 10 or 12. I think last year was
Mm,
12.
yeah, like that.
And
Yeah,
it was a one night stand. This year we have semifinals.
yeah,
And I mean, I get it. To have semifinals, you need to have more songs. But 28 is a lot.
yeah.
And I don't want to give away too much because, funnily enough, I filmed my reactions to some of them and I am still editing them out because there are so many national final songs dropping. And I don't want to give away too much. But what are your favorites from this year's lineup in Greece?
Yeah, I have like a strong well, I have a first place and a second place who are very close to me. They are both in my top five. I rank all the 300 national final songs that are already out, and they are both in my top five. They're Marche with the song Hanome and Akylas with Ferto. And akylas is my winner. It's maybe a basic choice because he's obviously the one of the fan favorites and the reason why Greece are so high. But I think you need a karaoke Joost-ish act every year. You need one, I think, to keep also the broad appeal, the younger children. You wanted to make it a family show, so I think you need it, and you need a song like that to come high in the odds. And I just love it. I showed it my mother, and she almost cried. Like it's I don't know what it is with Ferto, but it's an amazing song. It makes me very happy. But I also very much like Good Job Nikki, Desi G, Dynamis, I have them written down. The Astrolabe and Kiana, I love. Tiano. There's so many good songs. The only one I really don't like is Evangelia Barrera. I hate it with my heart. I made a TikTok about it, got a lot of views and a lot
I
of angry
saw.
Greeks. But the most people that really love Evangelia are Eurovision fans who like basic girl pop with a little bit of an ethnic sound and just like her name as well. Maybe you love it, so I won't like judge too hard, but I think it's if it was
Listen, this
someone
is a
else,
democracy. You
yeah,
can judge as
if it
hard
was
as you want, my friend.
someone else, it wouldn't lead the My Eurovision scoreboard. I think it's only because of her name. Vale was amazing, but also not her best work. She can do better. I loved Vale, but 20 times better than this. I think Pereira is like in my 20th place almost of the national
Oh,
final. I
wow.
hate it. But for me it's Akylas and also Good Job Nikki and Marshall are high in the odds. So I think which song Greece chooses from good, yeah, I think it has to be Akylas or Marshall. I don't think Good Job Nikki is a very good fit. I think it's way too basic. They will qualify just, but I think it's a bottom five song. And I think with Akylas or Marshall, like Akylas is like a top three televote, and I think if Marshall pulls off like a Loreen-ish performance, I think that could fit the song very well. like very minimalistic, but also inventive. And just, I think my show could get top 5 jury. So I think one of those two is for Greece is amazing.
So I heard all the songs that you mentioned, and obviously Akylas is a huge favorite for a reason. And I think it's really interesting because when I heard the song, there is that little breakdown at the end where it goes emotional, and it really reminds me of Europapa in a really, really
Yeah,
good way.
a lot.
I think it's. I mean, at first when I saw him all over TikTok, I was thinking this is Matt Black from the Jumbo store, and I mentioned it with some of my friends here who do not really follow Eurovision, and they were like, "Oh my God, is that the Greek Matt Black?" And maybe Matt Black didn't win the Eurovision Song Contest so that akylas can run with it. And who knows? I mean, he's very, very high in the odds. He's probably the reason why Greece is third in the odds. And it
100%.
it is a song. It is a song that combines the traditional that we expect from Greece, but at the same time bringing it in 2026. And mind you, I don't mind a traditional sound that some people might call dated. I really don't mind it at all. But you have to appeal for the masses, and I am not the masses. I'm just one person who votes. And it really, really is a good song. And I really, really think if he wins, Sing for Greece, if he ends up singing for Greece, I think he could be singing for a lot of countries because it's really, really accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going completely viral for a reason.
Yeah. You mentioned Marsos, and
I don't know how you speak it.
I think it's Marsos. I think Greek people correct us in the chat. I think it's a bad song. It does remind me a lot of Loreen, but again, I don't want Loreen from Temu. You know, it comes across as a bit of a for the Eurovision juries kind of product, and I think Greece with Zari and with Asteromata has been pulled into this immediacy at Eurovision where they do well, very, very well with the televote. And I don't think Hanome would get those expectancy points that Greece got with Zari and with Asteromata. I heard Dynamis, and I think their song last year was better.
Me too.
I think this industrial, heavy kind of dubstep production doesn't really do well at Eurovision anymore. There was a time for it, but I don't think it's doing well at all. And I also heard Evangelia's song, and this is where I bring out the knives. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I actually think it's better than Valle.
Really?
I think it's really immediate. And in the same way as akylas song, I think it really brings together the traditional and the modern in a way that the instrumental is like you're in a Greek restaurant. You can hear those bouzoukis strumming away, but then she plays a lot with rhythm and tempo and goes a little faster, a little louder. I don't know. There's something about it that is really immediate for me. But I will admit, I am a little bit biased because I love her music. And I do think that there should be a time when Evangelia steps on the Eurovision stage. Maybe it's not this year. Maybe it is not this year.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. I really hope she will go to Eurovision someday, and I think she will. She's such a big artist and she's amazing. But you say the rhythm, and for me, Parera doesn't have a rhythm. Like for me, it's just noise. It's not catchy. It doesn't have a real hook. Like I know the little faster, little louder bit, but it annoys me as fuck. Like I don't know if I can swear here, but it annoys me
Of
so
course.
much. Like, I don't know. It's not naughty. It's not in a way naughty, but it's also like coming across a little bit like, and that's a little bit cringe for me. And I don't know. I when I hear it, I turn it off. Like I dislike it a lot. But that's
Get it
my.
away from me.
It's not. It's not because I like akylas, because it's not like if I like this song, I have to hate the other one. I just really don't like it.
Yeah, I do see where you're coming from in the sense that it does come across as a little bit forceful.
Yeah.
And especially since in Eurovision fandom chats, we talk a lot about singers who are desperate to go to Eurovision. And Hungary has been submitting songs every year for like 4 years, I think now. As an artist and a big artist, I think that if she doesn't win this year, she should take a year or two off. And this is something I tell the Maltese artists when they ask me for, I don't want to call it advice, but because who am I to give advice? Eurovision counseling, how about that? Eurovision counseling. Whenever, especially at the MES after party, I think I told 5 artists to take a break. Because when you constantly do it every year, your product gets a little bit compromised. And it does come across as a little bit desperate. And I do think Evangelia is struggling a little bit with that. I have to say, I still think the song is pretty good. And if it did go to Eurovision, I actually think it would do pretty well. Who do you think out of these acts for Greece would have the best chance at winning Eurovision?
Ooh. At winning Eurovision, like winning, I think akylas would come too short in the jury. So I actually would say Maseux, I don't know what it is,
So
but Massos. I think her because she could win the jury. And I think the last year it was a trend that the jury winner wins, but that was
yeah,
also maybe because of the only televote semifinals. I think that really influenced it because the televote was more spread. So I think this year maybe we could see the first televote winner in a few years. But yeah, akylas of course is the fan favorite. Yeah, I hope so too. And about the take a year off, I think Matt Black is doing that very well. Like he
yeah.
always takes a year off, so then he keeps it very fresh. And but I think
Listen, as far as I know, he's not planning to come back next year.
no, but that's good because then people
We've
get
had those
very happy when
conversations
he
in the
will be
dressing room.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good news fact.
yeah. We've had those conversations in the dressing room at the after party, and let me just put it like this, because things change, you know. And literally right after you win the televote and come second, the last thing you want to do is talk about Eurovision. And
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's watch the space. I would say I'd be very surprised if he came back. Well, that's pretty much it for Greece. The show is not this upcoming week, but the next one. So I'm pretty sure we'll have more thoughts on that. Also on that week, we have Croatia selecting for Eurovision, and Dora is having 2 semifinals and a final as well. I think Dora is also selecting on Sunday, the 15th, which is the same day as Greece. So for logistics' sake, it's a good thing we choose to talk about these 2 national finals together.
yeah.
What are your first initial thoughts on Dora, Yosha?
I think also Dora, that's why I really wanted to talk about this one, is stronger. Like I like Dora a lot, but usually it's not one of my favorite. But this year it's also very strong. I was also very surprised. I think a lot of the Balkan national finals are this year very good. But for me, it's kind of a 2-horse race with a little third fan favorite walking behind it. For can I say already who they are? I think you know who I
Please.
mean. I think it's really gonna be Lelek versus Zevin, with Ananda being the fan favorite that kind of will fall behind. I think. Maybe if she pulls up a very cool staging, but the Dora song I don't get behind it. But I think Lelek and Zevin are completely different, but both can bring such a unique vibe to Eurovision. Like we have female folky mantra-ish songs almost every year, one. But I think you have to at least have one. So I think Lelek could be an amazing fill-up for that. But I think Seven, like a female almost rap Balkan, I think it's the best video clip I've seen for Eurovision in years. That's why I
I
also
agree.
very much like it. I think
It's so
she
clean.
is it's like perfection. Like I think if she can transition that to Eurovision, I think then you can have like a top 10 entry with it. But result wise, I think Lelek could do better, but is also maybe risky. And yeah, I think they're both like amazing. Also, these two are also both in my top 10 of all national final seasons. But then
Oh, okay.
I like Seven personally a little bit more. But I think for Eurovision, Lelek would be better. But Seven would be more original. So I hope Seven and Lelek have a history of effing up their national final performances.
That is
So
true.
in my mind, yeah, I hope that Lelek will fall behind a little bit live again and Seven wins. But I think they learned a lot from last year. So I think they're going to pick it up.
It's really interesting you bring up Lelek from last year because I actually thought that last year's song by Lelek needed to be in Croatian. And then
Yeah.
they kind of brought some Croatian into the lyrics of the song for the live performance of the final, if I'm not mistaken. And it really surprised the audience and it really did well in the televote. This
Can I
year, the song
say
is fully.
they were, I think I read somewhere that they were forced to sing in English. So they wanted to sing in
Oh,
Croatian, I believe, and they got in a like little. I read this in my comments, so I don't know if my followers speak the truth, but I read somewhere that they spoke English by force. But so yeah,
interesting.
we
Well,
should fact check it, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad that this year they're singing fully in Croatian because I think it benefits them. And especially, someone said in the course of my action that this song is about the tradition of the tattooing culture in Bosnia. Um, some deep lyrics going on there. So it makes sense for the song to be in a
yeah.
Balkan language if it is about a Balkan theme. I really, really like Andromeda. I do think that it would do very well in the televote more than the jury because,
Mhm.
again, it kind of speaks to what people expect from a Balkan country at Eurovision, and their harmonies live are good. Last year they could have been better, but I think they're good. And with girl bands or girl groups specifically, it's difficult sometimes to get the sound mixing perfect.
Mhm.
So we have to watch this space. And Dora is not known for having the best sound mixing ever. Let's be honest. Everybody remembers that baby lasagna semi-final performance. But yeah, we died for a minute, but we're back. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Lelek has a lot of potential to win, but for some reason, something keeps me away from it, from believing that they will actually win. And I think actually Zevin could end up taking this. Someone also told me that because Zori, a Serbian composer, is behind Lelek, it might not do well with the juries in Croatia. So
Mm.
then actually take the win.
Ooh, I hope that.
Yeah, I mean, for the Zevin fans, this is good news, but for the Lelek fans, I don't know. But this is all speculation at this point. I
Yeah.
think both entries would do very very well if they went to Eurovision. I love Zevin's song. I think it's in a similar way to Ferto in Greece. I think it blends the traditional with the modern, and I think it will do very very well with the juries as well. So who knows? We will have to watch this space for Croatia.
Yeah, I agree with you that Lelek would do. I think Lelek could get a Albania last year result, like very
Yeah.
high with the televote and then lower with the jury coming top 10. And I think 7 is such a wild card because if the jury gets behind it, the video is the performance just as good as the video clip, I can see top 3 even, but I can also see it fall behind and get 23rd or something. So I think Lelek, you are like for sure top 10, and 7 is more of a high risk, high reward kind of song.
Yeah, high risk, high reward.
But
that is
I
literally
think all the other songs fall behind the other two. So it should really be one of those.
Yosha, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't hear any of the other songs. But I did hear the Dora song, and I don't think it compares to any of the two we discussed. So maybe Zevin and Lelek will be competing for the representation of Croatia at this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Yosha, as always, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. I'm sure we will catch up on these two national finals when they happen. And yeah, we just got to watch this space to see which songs are going to be added to the album, Eurovision 2026 official. The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for joining. And we will see you again on the next stream, buddy. Have a good
bye-bye.
night.
See you in the next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, Yosha. Okay, so Croatia and Greece. We have unpacked that. We have lots of thoughts in the chat. Ferto, 1,700,000 views. No one can compare with this. I mean, yeah, it's a huge lead. But Greece is a country that we're not really used to predicting for national finals. And I don't know if views are going to impact the televote in Greece. So Ferto might end up being a fan wank after all. But who knows? I'm not saying I want it to be, but we just have to watch this space. Greece can be a little bit unpredictable. I am a fan of both, says Thomas, both Lelek and Devin in Croatia. Well, I do think that it comes down to the both of them, really. I didn't hear many of the other songs, to be honest, but the ones I heard, I still go back to Andromeda and My Mind, which is the song by Devin. Well, Greece and Croatia, we have unpacked that, and we need to talk about more national finals because these songs just keep dropping like flies. And Dansk Melody Grand Prix is taking place, I think, on the 14th. But you know I'm a fan of this national final, but someone who is here to talk to us about Dansk Melody Grand Prix might have more accurate information than me. And making his debut to Eurovision Uncensored is David from ESC Bubble. Good evening, sir.
Hello. Good evening from London. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. The weather here is getting better. I am celebrating talking about Dora by a little glass of rakia to help me get warmer in these cold days.
Amazing.
And I am looking forward to our little chat.
Thank you for having me. Dansk Melody Grand Prix.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Do you know what? So I can't confess I'm a fan normally of Dansk Melody Grand Prix. I think it's always, 8, 10 run-of-the-mill songs you've heard 300 times over. It's the same stuff from Denmark each and every year. Kind of light, standy pop without much kind of different or interesting components at all. And to be brutally honest, it's much the same this year. Don't get me wrong, but it does feel like the standard and quality has gone up a little bit, at least in the studio performances. So I think, having heard all the songs, I think it's a fairly competitive heat. There's no Eurovision winners there. There's nothing there that's going to be probably even the top 10 at the contest. But you also need those countries that might come like 10th in the semi-final, maybe fill out the bottom 5, fill out the bottom 10, give the UK a chance of not being last in the final, especially with no Spain, is always going to be a plus. And I think they have some decent options. Yeah. What are your favourites?
I would, if I said anything, I would lie to you because I heard 2 out of 8 songs. And that is 2 more songs that I've heard from Dansk Melody Grand Prix. more than the last 3 years. So I'm not really the person to ask, but that's why I have you on here. And it does beg the question, David. Are you my hallucination?
Last year, I was 100% your hallucination. Cecil, incredible, that song. Honestly, it qualifying was probably my highlight of the whole semi-final. Love that song. Were you shocked to see her back? I know I was this year so soon.
I mean, I was surprised because if I went to Eurovision and came 23rd, I wouldn't exactly come back the next year. But I mean, maybe her diary is free. Who knows?
Yeah, well, she's getting booked, right? She's just come out of performing in London last weekend. Packed room. Really delightful performances from her. Am I shocked to see her? Yes, especially after, was it 2 televote points or 1 televote point last year? One.
Buckle my
It's
shoe.
not good, right? This song, I know there's a lot of people loving it, so I'm going to get cancelled for saying this. It's a step down, right? If like Hallucination was great, it built, it went somewhere. This song just kind of plateaus. It's like a creeping, just back and forth, quite steady. It doesn't really go anywhere. Yeah, really, I'm not disappointed. I think it's good, but if it wins, it's purely on her name. Like, it's by no means the best song of the bunch, right? What's the other song that you've listened to? You said you heard 2.
Soren.
That's the one in Danish, right?
Yes. The guy who competed like 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, so so that's probably one of my favorites, to be honest. I think it's the only song in Danish in the lineup. It builds nicely. He has a nice voice. And I think it just kind of, just goes a little bit better, less generic, right, than a lot of the entries. And did you like it? You've listened to it, but did you like it?
So I have zero expectations from Dance Melody Grand Prix because, like you said, it's always the most recycled and sterile and infertile Scandi pop you'll ever hear in your lifetime. When I heard Sisal is back, I have to call the bluff. I have to see what all this return is all about. And talking about Sisal, I actually don't think it's a terrible song. I mean, it's Hallucination 2.0, okay? But, and I didn't like Hallucination immediately. Hallucination for me was something I liked after listening to it 25 times. But this one, Infinity, I do think it is slightly more immediate. Maybe that's why I like it a little bit more. But as an artist, this is not, the men's 100 meters. You keep competing until you win it. Eurovision is something that you enter once, you do it, and only if your music is doing something new and relevant to the country's local music industry, then I think it benefits you and it merits you to go back to Europe's biggest show. And it's a little bit like, I like the song, but I don't think Sisal should go back to Eurovision so soon. If I was a Danish artist, I would be like, oh, you had your turn. Girl, you can sing on the interval, you can open Dance Melody Grand Prix final, but coming back so soon.
Agree. I think unless you are reinventing yourself, if like Lena, or if you've just maybe done really, really well and you weren't quite there and you come back with something a bit more revolutionary, a bit more interesting. I hope it doesn't go, to be honest. You should give the other songs a listen. I said there are some good options.
Mela, to answer your question about Soren, I like the song. I heard it maybe twice. I need to give it a bit more attention, admittedly. I'm still not quite sure if I like it more because it's in Danish, because you know about my kinks and my fetish for songs in the mother tongue. But I heard it twice, I can't sing you the melody.
Mm-hmm. Well, same. I think I've listened to it 3 times now, or maybe twice. Again, could not tell you how it went, which is maybe a concern.
We need immediacy, David, you know?
Exactly. However, one song that you can immediately recall is Erika Jayne, Death of Me. I am not one for kind of girly pop songs, and
Let
maybe
me
that's
bring out
why.
my pen and paper. Erika Jayne.
Come on, yeah, it is a pop song. It is a standy pop song with kind of a nice little dance break, some nice electronic sounds in the background. But all in all, it's a comprehensive package. And if she can perform it on stage, I think it's probably the most accessible of the songs. Yeah, if you give it a listen.
I haven't, but
Okay.
it's on my little notebook now. And as soon as that listen will be given, you will be the first to know. Because if the suggestion comes from you, it will be unfair if you're not the first one to know about it, right?
Thank you. Let me know, and I'll give you two others. Right, so there's two other songs that I think are fairly good actually in the running. I said at the start, right? Normally there's maybe one song in Dance Melody Grand Prix that is decent. The rest are all pretty terrible. I'd say this time there's maybe 3 or 4. So we've talked about Cecil, we've talked about Soren, definitely 2 of the better ones. Erika, Death of Me, I said is great. I think Jude's put in the chat, dancing soaking wet with a cigarette. Wet and cigarette is a great rhyme.
Jude cannot wait to get into this stream.
is a good lyrics. The other 2, right? So there's 2. There's Sander Sanchez, so with 2 spirits. If you watched 2020's Dance Melody Grand Prix, you may recognize the name. He came second, I believe, or third. He was definitely in the super final behind Ben and Tan. So obviously was never set to go to Eurovision anyway. But he could be one to watch. I think he's getting a lot of kind of positive reviews from his song. And the other one as well, and honestly, this is the one I think is going to win. So Lassie Skriver with a song called Roaring Heart. So look, I can't say I love it. It's a generic, something you'd hear from Felix Sandman, maybe in Melodifestivalen. Like it's a bit of just a kind of nice ballad, pop ballad. Like it's not slow classic ballad. It's a bit of a pop ballad, like radio friendly. But the reason I think he's going to win is so he was on the X Factor Denmark 2 years ago, I want to say. He didn't make it that far. He actually got cut before the live shows. However, his audition song went really, really viral in Denmark, and he released it as a single. It did incredibly well in streaming. And actually, if you look at the streaming data for the past year, he's actually one of the highest streamed Danish artists in Denmark.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite a heist that they've been able to get him, to be honest, to this. And I expect with a decent performance, then he could end up walking this, unless the jury put an end to it. They did it last year with Tim Schauer, right? I think the jury's completely killed him off in the super final. So for the greater good, sorry to Tim, but you never know. But I think that those are the ones it's going to be between. The other songs, they're okay. Meh.
Well, I know who to talk to if I want to hear some Dance Melody Grand Prix songs. And he came here with the facts. I mean, if we have a big name in Denmark, hey, I might check in for that. Well, I mean, yeah, let's watch this space. We do need to give Sisal some competition though. So if I find some songs that might do that, I think I would be very happy. Mind you, I love Sisal as a personality, don't get me wrong. But this isn't Celebrity Big Brother. This is Dance Melody Grand Prix. And we need the song to take us there. David, I know that, on ESC Bubble we talk a lot about national finals, and one of them that we need to talk about is Vidbir. Ukraine has 10 songs that are going to compete to represent them at this year's Eurovision. My plethora of knowledge is a little bit wider here because I think I heard 5 of those songs. So 50%. 50%. What are your first thoughts on the Vidbir lineup this year?
Yeah, it's so it's funny. I don't know if you saw, but Jamala made a statement about in December time.
Yes.
And basically, she said
It
that she was
sounds,
really
yeah.
disappointed with shitty songs, disappointed with the quality, really unhappy with it all. So I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I think the lineup is filled with people that have either been before have to Eurovision, have either been in Vidbir before in the past couple of years. Kayak will not leave Vidbir alone. Unfortunately, I think his songs are getting a little bit worse each time, which isn't great. There's a girl from Junior Eurovision in there as well. So it's kind of like, it feels like we've seen it, a lot of it before. There's not many new, fresh art acts in Vidbir this year. And the quality's okay, I guess. I don't know, what were your thoughts? You've heard half the songs. What are you thinking?
Last year I heard all the songs, but I couldn't remember a single one. Except, funnily enough, Kayat's song was my favorite last year. But I thought the quality last year was abysmal. They sacked the artistic director, Tina Karol, for good measure. And now we're here with Jala. It's a little bit better. I take it back. It's significantly better. But I still don't think it's as good as the year. I think the best year of Vidbir was 2024, when Jerry Hale and Aliona won. I remember filming that reaction video, and it was bop after bop after bop. And I heard 5 songs, and my reactions will drop soon, but I'm going to tell you this. I think Kayat's song is okay. I think Lelek's song is mediocre.
Okay.
It's funny, I call this thing Eurovision Uncensored, and here I am trying to find the most politically correct word to describe that song. Let's stick to mediocre. And then there's Mono Kate and Jerry Hale, who I think both have songs that will be on my Spotify playlist very soon. But as 2 returning Eurovision artists who both went to the top 5 of Eurovision in their respective years, I think both of these songs are significantly worse than what they had at Eurovision. And bringing it back to our conversation about Sisal, if you're not coming back to Eurovision with something better, why bother? 160 million people are watching, you know?
And I think that's the disappointing thing I have with Jerry Heil's song in particular, right? She has released so many amazing songs in the past year. There's a song, I don't know the full Ukrainian title, but it's something about 12 points. It is in the title of it. That song is incredible. It's like pop, it's opera, it's dramatic, it's fantastic. And this one, it feels very artsy and
fartsy.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not the type of person, unfortunately, for that. I think, yeah, to your point, right? If you're not coming back with something better, and Teresa Maria was such a good song and such a powerful moment on the stage, and I went from really not, I liked it, but it wasn't one of my favorites, to when you see her climbing the big rock, right, in Liverpool. In Malmo it was. When you see her climbing the big rock in Malmo, with all the flares in the background, it genuinely is a goosebumps moment, right? You have that, you're like, wow. I don't know what's going to come of this, or if she's even going to perform. I don't know if you saw that she was accusing about a week ago of being people were trying to get her disqualified from competing. There's never a Vidbir without a bit of drama, so we'll see if she takes the stage or not next week. Is it next week? I think it's next week.
Yeah, it's next. It's the next final we have, Ukraine. Yeah. What do you think about Mono Kate's Tit? The song is called Tit, right? T-Y-T. I read Tat.
Oh yeah, with a Y. I like her. I can't bring myself to say that out loud, so I'm not going to say that I like her. Yeah, exactly. You can say it. You can fill the blanks in. So I think actually this is my favorite song of them all. I was a huge Shum song fan. Solove was okay. It wasn't maybe as instant for me. I just think the song is kind of cool. It doesn't have the same, like, you know, Shum was just incredible. By the time it built up, that slow build, the flutes, it doesn't have any of that, right? It is pretty kind of steady Eddie throughout it all. But it's just nice. It's kind of like, and maybe this isn't a compliment, but like background music, it's something that it's listenable. It's not something that you would like, oh, I'm going to skip this song. How about yourself?
I'll give you a preview from my reaction whenever I find the time to edit it. I feel like, let's call it tight, right? Tight. Well, tight. They're both very suggestive.
Oh gosh.
I think it's a song for streaming, but I need to see it performed live for me to actually have a solid opinion of whether it should go to Eurovision. Because the melody is not immediate enough for me, at least. I don't think it's better than Shum. I don't think it's better than Solove. And yeah, Monokate. I mean, and Monokate has a point to prove, because she's telling us, I've left Go A to embark on this solo project. I have to be showing something different. Something, you know, I don't know if I got that with this tip. But we will see if this tip will perform in an optimal way enough to represent Ukraine at this year's Eurovision Song Contest. David, final thoughts. I'm going to bring it back to songs we have selected for Eurovision right now. Who are your favorites so far? Because we do have 5 songs, and I feel like this is the time when there's few enough to actually really choose one.
Okay, I'm gonna sit on a fence and caveat this with that I genuinely do like every song. The one that I wanted to win every national final has won, which
Really
never happens ever. I like the French ballad in Luxembourg, but I saw it live. I didn't necessarily want it to win. My favorite is Albania, undeniably at the moment. I think of the songs selected, high five through the screen. It is the one song that I think could challenge for a top 10 position again. I think the televote are going to pick it up with the Albanian diaspora, but also just more generally, the Balkan support. And I think the Jewish should really love this, right? It's I think it's immediately listenable, right? You said before about one of the Danish songs, I think it was, that you couldn't remember how it went after listening to it. It sounds so much like the Madonna song, Like a Prayer, that it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's so in your head immediately, that kind of refrain and that instrumental. So Albania is my favorite. Moldova is incredible as well. Malta, I was there, really enjoy it. You know, I wanted it to win.
He was here. I forgot.
So
yeah, you were here.
I was there. I was
before.
Having plenty of drinks in the crowd, crying at Let a Girl Breathe, or Let a Lady Breathe, not winning. I honestly like all of them, but Albania is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm with you on Albania. I'm with you on Moldova getting my silver medal so far. Well, that's what David thinks. It's been a pleasure to have you on this episode of Eurovision Uncensored for the first time. We might have to make this a habit, because you were spilling facts that I could not recall. So as this national final season comes on, the invite is open.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
I will see you in London.
See you in London. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, 4 national finals down, and we have 1 to go. And he's been waiting in the wings for about 15 minutes or more right now, and I have to bring him on ASAP. It's pointless even putting these comments from the live chat up here. Here with us to talk about UMK, it is Jude Kennedy. Good evening,
Hello.
sir.
Good evening. I've made it out of the void, I guess, and I'm here.
You made it from the wings.
Like random appearance.
How are you? We haven't seen each other in a long time.
This is
feels
true.
Like a nice catch up.
Yeah, my life is very different now. So I'm just kind of chaos mode constantly, but we're here.
Embrace the chaos. The chaos, because I feel like when my life is chaotic, and then when I when it calms down, I feel relieved for like a couple of days, and then I'm like, what do I do with myself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
No,
it's
I'm
nice.
locked in.
Yeah, it's nice to be a little bit locked in. Jude, I'm gonna keep on this point of which is your favorite from the 5 songs we have selected so far?
It's such a cop out, but I enjoy. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. I don't enjoy all of them. I enjoy almost all of them. I love Nova Zora. I think it kind of has to be my number one. At this point, I'm loving that drop. I'm like, me in the
Well,
car.
the average rank of Nova Zora in this what's it called? Survey is 3rd, because Nova Zora is number 5 right now.
This is fair. I like it quite a lot.
I'm lying. No,
But
I'm
also
lying. It's my number 4. It's my number
Oh.
4.
Sorry.
I lied.
I
forgot
love,
Luxembourg exists.
I love Viva Moldova. Oh, so did I. Don't you worry. But I also love Albania. I'm
Albania's my
also
favorite.
sorry. I don't love Malta.
Me neither.
Yeah, I didn't quite get behind in this year. And yeah, Luxembourg, I still forgot it existed, even after watching the national selection.
I heard that there are some copyright things going on with.
I
with the
saw
song.
this as well, and I scrolled past them. I was like,
It was really funny because I thought I'm gonna get cancelled on my TikTok for saying that this song sounds exactly like another song. But then I see these news, and I'm like, oh, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, though, the copyright is with a different song than the one I compared it to. So girl did not look at one exam paper; she looked at 2.
Yeah.
She's
just taking inspiration, just note by note, you know.
She's on that ChatGPT account, and she's getting what she can. I thought it sounds really similar, and you might know this song, Florence and the Machine. Take it up, take it up.
Yes,
take it up.
I hear that very much so. Yeah,
but apparently it sounds more like a Birdie song.
It could well do. I'm not as familiar with Birdie, so
I'm not familiar with Birdie either. But the song that they're claiming copyright from is just Birdie. But I mean, who knows? And whenever
nothing's going to happen because nothing ever happens.
Exactly, nothing ever happens when we get these
nothing
things.
ever happens.
So usually I'd say watch this space, but I don't think there's much to watch here.
No.
Luxembourg will be at Eurovision Song Contest with the song "Mother Nature," performed by the Slovene, that is Eva Maria.
Eva Maria. With
we are here to talk about. We are here to talk about one of the most popular selections of the 2020s, UMK.
Yes.
7 songs. Jude Kennedy, the stage is yours. What are we thinking about these 7 songs?
Before even talking about the nature of all 7 songs, UMK is the only selection in which you can release a song every day and hold hype for 7 days, or even more because it's over a weekend. The only selection, because every single song is good in its own right. Every single song is exciting. Every single song holds. Not that every song doesn't hold intrinsic worth and value, but these songs in particular are the best of the best that they have got this year. And the fact that they can say, you get one song and you're going to enjoy it. Next night, you're going to get another song and you're going to enjoy it. The whole way, no one else can do it. Could you imagine if Denmark did it? Like, tickets are not selling out the door. No one is there. No one's there by day 2. Like, unless they left Sissel to the end or something. But I am very impressed yet again just by the song selection, the range, and just Finland in general. Like, they know what they're doing at this point, and they've got it down to such a fine art that I can't help but be excited every single night.
I agree with you. This was the first UMK in a very long time where I didn't find myself listening to the songs as soon as they got released, because they started the releases on Mask Week, and I was just swamped. And I couldn't do the reactions because I want to do the reactions, honestly. And I said, okay, let's just hold this breath until I sit down and I heard the first 3, and then I heard the last 4.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you, I think the last 2023, 24, 25 could have been stronger than this year as a whole.
It's interesting because I feel like every single year in UMK, I love 6 out of the 7 songs. There's always one song that I don't connect with, which is understandable. This year is no different. But I think that I agree, because this year there are 3, but maybe there's 4 songs that I am like absolutely loving. There's 2 that I'm like, nah, and then there's one that I'm like, nah. But usually it's like, yeah, I'm streaming all of them all the time. I mean, I have a UMK playlist that's on repeat. But I agree. I think this year, I don't think it's a massive downgrade.
No.
By any, even if downgrade maybe isn't even the word, I just get it's not as strong as previously, but I think we have some exceptionally strong songs.
Yeah.
That we maybe haven't seen.
I mean, it's one of those national finals, I feel like, where the strong is really strong, but the weak kind of brings it down a little bit. Let's get the weak songs out of the way. What are the 2 songs that you mentioned that are perhaps
Well, one that I don't like, and 2 that I'm a bit meh. So the one, I don't know, I haven't heard anyone else's opinion on this. The one song that I don't really like is Lululai.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's memorable. I'm like la da 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 Lululai, but I didn't connect with it at all.
Okay.
I just put it on and I was like, nah, it's good.
I heard Finns don't like it.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I heard Finns are finding it basic.
It is.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's the sort of thing that you hear at least once every year in melodifestivalen, and usually I'm like, don't care.
Yeah. I think so. Lululai is my 4th. I think I appreciate it mostly because it reminds me of my time in Finland and just watching those sunsets at like midnight, and it's not really a sunset. It brings nostalgia for me, and that is largely why I like it more than others. But I think I wouldn't send it by no means, especially after the bus too.
Yes, they're 2 in a similar vein to get the out. People would be like, they're copying instantly, which Finland has so much better to offer than that. So much better to offer than that. I guess my one up from that, so my 6th technically, is Ready to Leave by Sinikka, which, beautiful song. I will listen to it, but it's not competitive at all.
No, it's my number 7.
Like, yeah, the thing is, I actually enjoy the song not in a Eurovision context. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. But in this competition, in Eurovision Battles, not competitive. In Eurovision, would have come very low in semifinals years ago. It's not doing anything. They'll stage it well, it'll look beautiful, and it'll come like 7th on the night. That's
I have nothing to add. I mean, I think the song is forgettable. I don't like the Finnish lyrics, and this might surprise people who know me for flagging.
I know exactly what you mean.
But it reminds me of like the mess cop-out.
Yes, it's like, let me just add in a little lyric here.
Let me just make Sean shut up.
Yeah, by the way, I can speak Finnish. Like, yes, and you say, yeah, can't get in alo alusta or something like that. It's like, yes.
Yeah, and completely, unnecessary. Just have it all in English. And this is something I said to most of the artists in this year's MESC, because this is the new trend now, having a one-liner in Maltese. Just, if you don't want to bother, just sing it all in English. It's fine. My criticism will be there anyway. So what's the point? And I'm surprised because I don't think there has ever been a UMK song that's so forcefully incorporated Finnish. It's usually either in Finnish or in English or it's like that.
Or purposely mixed, like what was it, I Love You in 2020? Yeah.
Yes. This is
it feels like either she couldn't think of some English lyrics or was like, there has to be some Finnish in here somewhere, and couldn't write a chorus fully in Finnish.
It feels forceful. It feels forceful.
Yeah.
So that's your number 6. For number 5?
It does pain me to say this because I think it's iconic, but it's Takatuka. I think the song is excellent. I think Antiballen is excellent, but I just don't find myself wanting to listen to it. No, but that's why I'm like, it's so good. It's just I don't find myself clicking on it. I would find myself skipping it a couple times.
Wow.
Just sometimes I'm like, nah, it's not. I'm driving home. I've got like 20 more minutes. That song comes on, and I'm like, I'd rather listen to another song for 3 minutes than that, you know? But I think it's iconic, and I love it. Oh!
It's my number 1.
Gulp.
I love it.
Tell me, yes, why do you love it so much?
I think there's something about it that speaks expectancy. The guy looks like Father Christmas. He's singing about hair. And when the Takatuka
Back hair,
part
to be
comes
specific.
yes, and when the Takatuka part comes on, I feel like there's this like new trend where the chorus just gets faster and it's so infectious. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I do worry though that live it is going to sound like an airport.
Yes. It will be very interesting to see how they pick up that sound on their live mics, because obviously he's incredibly talented to be able to, I don't even know what style of singing, like it's throat singing, but like what kind.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna come through live, and like obviously he does that live, but because I read somewhere that that is his style of singing. He has developed that. He's taught himself how to do that. There's no effects. That's just him. But I think it's quite, while I agree, it's like what you would expect. It's like very, very finished to its core.
Yeah.
I just don't know how, I guess, casual friendly it is either.
I think it is. That's why I kind of.
I think it's casually, whoa, this is interesting. But I don't think it's casually, I love this. But I think there is a I'm a vote for this because it's interesting appeal. I just, it's not my absolute,
It's in your top 5.
It's in my top 5, but
it's in
out
your
of
top
7,
5.
that doesn't make it all that impressive.
But hey, you're not the only one. I mean, Takatuka is by no means a runaway fan favorite, so you're not the only one. I might be more in a minority than you, but I do think it's going to do very well in the televote at UMK.
Oh yeah.
I think it's probably going to come second.
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to come second. Who's your number 4, since there's only 7 songs and we can climb the ladder?
Yes, Chachi with Cherry Cake. It is such a bop, but it's not. It doesn't have to do well. I don't want it to do well. I just want to be listening to it. Like on it, I'm just like, I like the song. It's so predictable. It's so, I'm a dancer who's trying singing.
But
it's good. Yeah, no, she's a professional dancer. That is like, she moved to Finland from Mexico to do dancing. And she's apparently very, very good at it.
So she's Mexican.
This is her debut single.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I love it, but it's not,
I can't stand it.
What? I mean, it's fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like the lyrics are trying to be empowering, but in a very like arrogant way, to be honest. I find cleaning and cooking boring. I mean, nobody likes to clean, but hey, it needs to be done. And just because you're a lady, it doesn't mean that you can not do it. Everybody got to do it. Everybody got to cook if they want to eat, and everybody got to clean if they want to have something to eat.
She got to read the fine print because she forgot the eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a bit forceful, and I don't really vibe to it at all.
This is very fair. But if it came on a night out, now drop that gay, I would be there.
Pass
but I don't want it to win.
Tray of tequila, which is to be consumed solely by myself, and I might be up on that dance floor with you, raving to Cherry Cake.
Yes. which
It's my
the
number
thing
6.
is understandable. I just enjoy listening to it. It's such an easy, for me, it's such an easy listening song. If I'm tired, I would put it on to almost wake me up, so that I'm like, okay, let's go, because I'm vibing. But again, it's not, I don't want it to win. You know, it's not
Yeah.
anywhere near my
Yeah. So she's your number 4. So we're entering top 3 now. I'm going to tell you my number 3 because I think we're going to talk
Okay.
about this, and it's
Yes.
very controversial. My number 3 is
Yes.
liekinheitin.
Okay. Is it
Parkkonen.
yes, I can never work out. Liekinheitin. Yes. It's not my number 3. It's my number 2. But
Okay. Oh, okay.
it's not my favorite.
I got a
So I
lot of
agree.
stick for this, and I'm not used to
Okay.
getting stick from Finnish people because as soon as I tell them I lived in Tampere for a while, they appreciate that foreigners move to Finland, and that's very heartwarming. I'm obsessed with Finnish people. I know everyone thinks they're reserved and snobby. They're not. I love Finnish people, and it was the first time I got. I don't like to use the word hate very lightly, but I just had some people telling me off in the comments. I like the song. I love to stream it. I love to listen to it. But I want Finland to win Eurovision, and I fear that the melody is not immediate enough for it to win. And if Finland has to win Eurovision, they need to win the televote. Because we
Yes.
know those juries are not going to... The juries... I feel like the juries saturate their love to one Nordic nation. And we know which one it
Yes,
is.
and it's not Finland.
It's not Finland, but even Norway struggles.
Yeah.
And Denmark doesn't do that well. And Iceland got 0 last year. Last year was the final with five of the Nordics, 5 out of 5. One got 0, one got like 15 points. Finland got trashed, and Norway got very little. So Finland needs to win the televote. And I fear that this might not be it.
I agree. I think the staging, though, Finland are great with their staging. They will do something very impressive with this. I think the more issue I have with this, if it went to Eurovision, which, let's face it, there's a very high likelihood that it will, is as much as Linda Lampenius, if that's even how you say her name, is an icon, I don't love someone standing with a violin when they're not singing. It's a bit like, and now we have a violinist to play the violin, while Pete Parkkonen is, I don't know, catching his breath or something.
Fanning his sweat.
Yes, I think it's a really, really, really good song. I really, really like the song. I will find myself going liekinheitin
I
all
love
the
it.
time,
I love it.
all the time. And I think everyone at this point has seen that rehearsal clip or something where they're standing and she's playing the violin, he's singing with no other backing track, and he does sound excellent. So I'm not worried about it, but I don't think it has enough appeal to get it up. Top 10, probably, but 9, 10.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to break top 5. I don't think it could
depends.
break top 5.
It depends what we get.
The thing is, there will be fire. There will be a lot of fire.
There will be fire. But again, is fire something you would expect from Finland?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not every day that my expectancy theory is proved right. There are times where I'm wrong. But I think I want Finland to win. I want Finland to win. And I really, really thought that Erika Wickman could have gotten it for them. And I cheated myself because I refused to look back at my first reaction. And the first time I heard Ich komme, I was disappointed by the melody. And the song ended up only getting 100 and something points, 108. It was good, but nowhere near as close as what it needed to win. And I fear that with liekinheitin, if it gets there, it might get Erika treatment. I don't think the juries are going to be over it. And Finland needs to do well in the televote.
It will be interesting to see, I guess, what the voting is like in UMK this year.
For some reason, I'm getting Sana Sipola vibes. when she was the
Yes.
overwhelming favorite,
Yes.
only to be beaten in the televote by a man in his underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the man in the underwear this year might just be Antti Palanen.
It could be. It could be.
I'm getting these
Yeah.
these thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
There are two songs we haven't talked about. Kiki.
I absolutely love Rakuten Kipe. Number one.
Number
Like-
one, okay.
Number one. And it's not by a mile, but it's on its own level, I think. For me, it was an instant. It was like as soon as I finished it, I was like, let me just rewind real quick and listen to it again. Because I was eating breakfast when I listened to it, because I was late that day or something the night before. And I was like, with like something stuffed in my face, I'm like, rewind, get it back into my ears. I need that. There was something so captivating it from this first second. And I also left knowing how to pronounce Rakuten Kipe. As soon as I heard the song for the first time, I was like, oh yeah, Rakuten Kipe. Yes.
Oh, we know Jude Kennedy is a linguist.
But you know what I mean? Because it's the name of the song is the hook. And it's not an
Yeah.
easy, if you look at it, it's like, wow, that's a long word. Ooh, how do I say that? She tells you
And at
very
least it's all in
explicitly.
Finnish.
Yes. And
Thank you,
it's
Kiki.
very well written. The
It
lyrics
is.
are incredibly deep. And I enjoy that. I love a good this is the
We
one
love
thing I will
some
say
depth.
about it though. It is I can picture the scoreboard for UMK. And this is third.
I can see it happen.
The-
Yeah.
This
see it
is
happen.
the song that I think will get the saddest bullet treatment.
Okay.
I think
Interesting.
this comes third, and everyone's like, "What? It was robbed." That's
Currently, this is my fifth.
ooh, interesting.
You know what puts me off? I know this is going to sound really silly and trivial.
Mhm.
The styling is almost inappropriate for this kind of song for now. So if she changes
Yes.
everything for the staging, I could be convinced. But I will say with these Finnish radio songs, because this is a song for the radio, isn't it? It's not always love at first sight. And it happened to me with
Yes.
Hitamin Hautan. That
Mhm.
song ended up being one of my most played of 2025. So I reserve the right to
You
glaze.
suddenly love it in
Kiki.
approximately a month. Yeah.
Yeah, I reserve the
Mhm.
right. So there's only one song we haven't talked about, and it's the first song that was released. And it is your number 3
Yes.
and my number
Who
2.
number 2? Oh, wait, no, it is my number 3. Yes. They're so close at
They are.
the top for me that I mean I could change them in one day or the other.
I love it. $1 Million Smile. I dare say it is the most immediate song for me. It's the song that when I heard it the first time, I was like, boom. With
Yes.
Katuka. But with Katuka, there was more. This is purely about the song
Yes.
for me, and I thought the song was really, really, really immediate on first listen.
I want to find when my first ever listen of Etta was, because it was a long time ago. I have been enjoying Etta's music for like a
Oh,
very long time. I say very long, probably like 2 or 3 years, but still quite a long time. And there's always been just that something about her that I'm like, wow, I absolutely love her. I love her style. I love her sound. And as soon as the song came out, it was exactly what I was expecting it to be, which I guess then maybe makes me not appreciate it as much as the other songs, where I didn't know the artists beforehand. But because I knew Etta, it wasn't, for me, this wasn't anything new or outstanding, because that was the level I'd already set for her, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's hard
We'll
to expect for Eurovision when
Yes.
you already know the artist. I feel the same way about Evangelia. I've been listening to Evangelia in Greece for a very long time.
Yes.
So I feel like it's hard for me to actually fully embrace whatever they're sending for Eurovision because my expectations are so all over the place. I get what you mean.
I think my
This
first ever
one-
listen to Etta was the 1st of December 2021.
Oh wow!
There you go.
We were deep in
Can't
a
find the
pandemic.
song on this.
Sounds like a million years ago.
It was too long ago.
too long ago.
Yeah, I love her.
Do you think this has a chance of cracking the top 3 at UMK?
No,
Top 4?
maybe. Maybe.
Top 5?
I'm unsure. The one thing that scares me slightly is I probably should have at this point, but I haven't heard it live. And with the type of music which I'll be completely honest, the type of music that I absolutely love, the type of music that she makes is very autotune heavy, very processed. And obviously that doesn't mean she can't sing. It just makes me slightly more skeptical. But I mean, it's one of my favorite genres anyway. I'm not entirely sure with how it's going to transport to stage and how she's going to deliver it, because there's a lot of words, there's a lot of rap, there's a lot of singing, and not a lot of space to breathe in what is ultimately a challenging song to sing, just with how much there is in it. So that's why I'm worried.
That's a very fair analysis. That's something that I didn't think of. And you're probably very right. I thought the same way about Takatuka, because I fear it's gonna sound so bad. But that's very fair. We talked about all songs. The first national final that we talked about all songs, are probably the only one. But it is only 7 songs, and it is UMK, so it's only fair. Jude, who do you think should win versus who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, who do I think should win is such a difficult question, because while they're all great, there's a couple that I would say deserve to win. But I think I'm going to skip past that question, because I don't think I can say, not out of censorship, but out of I actually don't think I could say who deserves to win or who should win. I don't think there is one person that
let me put it differently. You were a juror in UMK.
Oh, if I was a juror, I'd be voting for Laka if it's done well live.
Okay.
Which it might not be. There's every chance that it flops live. But if it's done well live, that's where my votes are going. Who do I think will win? I'm going to have to stick with Liekinheitin, as I think it is most likely going to win. Because of its, I guess, because of its impact and because of how the staging will ultimately look. It's going to grab people and they're going to vote.
Yeah. Well, that's a very fair analysis. And I do think that Liekinheitin has the best chance right now. But I will say, I don't think people should sleep on Takatuka. Because we've seen this
Takatuka is coming second. Liekinheitin, Takatuka, Kipe are the top 3. And in that order. And I will regret this in like a month's time or something.
I think Takatuka could cause a Windows 95 men-esque upset.
It could.
Especially if Liekinheitin somehow underwhelms the live performance. But we will only find these predictions out on the 28th of February when UMK will take place. I'm sure we're going to have loads more to say until then. But that is literally it for UMK this year on my channel. I've reacted to all the songs. I've done a top 7. And we are here talking with the best of the best that YouTube has to offer about UMK. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Eurovision Uncensored. As always, thank you guys for watching. We had really, really good views today. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for anyone who's watching, for anyone who's commenting in the live chat. Thank you, Jules, for spamming it. And subscribe. Subscribe because you love Eurovision, hopefully, as much as we do. And your opinion matters as much as mine. So come and subscribe, come and find me on all sorts of social media where we can take this conversation further, because we're people who live and breathe Eurovision. And there isn't a day that goes that we don't have something to say about it, right?
Very true. Very true.
Guys, happy weekend. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week. Yeah, we will see you next week. We got more to say. Until then, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.